Hyperia Thorpe Park is the UK's tallest, fastest and most weightless roller coaster at 236 feet in the air, a top speed of 81 miles per hour and 14.8 seconds of weightlessness. It is without a doubt the best coaster in the UK, but yet I have not made my review on it. I'm sorry. But don't worry, I am here after 12 rides on Hyperia to review this absolutely incredible Mack Hyper coaster. If you disagree with anything I say in this review, feel free to leave your opinion in the comments. On this channel, you are free to express your feelings. Be free. Just don't say flying fish is better than Hyperia, because I will. If you like reviews like this, go on and subscribe. And while you're at it, you might as well like the video. Cheers. For me, the whole Hyperia experience starts in the new area of Fearless Valley. The reason I think this is because when you enter the area, your eyes instantly turn to the coaster, and it's when you really start to hear the soundtrack. But more on that later. There's also a show that happens every hour, and the Thorpe Park's entertainment team might be there singing, dancing, or even throwing beanbags into rings. The flooring is also really nice, especially now the extended queue is gone. And the logo is also there on the ground in the middle of the plaza. It is now time to enter the queue. Cool, you don't have to tell me twice. Get my bag. There it is. See you later. You start by walking through the entrance, because that's where you usually walk through. Well, that entrance is really cool with the wings and the lift hill behind it. It's incredible. You have 4 queues to choose from. The main queue, which goes off to the right, which there is Cattle Pen queue by the side of the lift. You also walk around the outer bank turn where you can get a really nice view. A little bit more Cattle Pen, then you are at the batching area. The other queues are Fast Track, Single Rider and Ride Access. And believe me when I say this, the single rider queue is a massive time saver. If you're on your own or don't mind not riding with your friends, use this queue. Honestly, this queue can cut your waiting time by over a third, or if you're lucky can even be walk on. But anyway, these 3 other queues go to the left, take a right turn, and down to the batching area going under the lift hill. These 4 queues then turn into 2, the single rider queue, and all the other queues merge into 1. This is where you head up the stairs to the station to take your ride on Hyperia. I would say the Hyperia station is one of the best in the UK, and here's why. The station does have some feeling inside, like massive wings, and those where they are forging the wings, roarings, assignments as forge your wings. There's a lot of wings in this ride. The storage area is nicely themed, and it's also the classic Mack storage system, like on Icon. You also have a really cool dispatch effect where the wings at the top are being forged. Smoke rises from the bottom of the train. All the lights start doing their thing. And the best part of it all is the soundtrack. When the train dispatches, the soundtrack sounds incredible, and it really gives you the message of what you're about to do. Your ride on Hyperia is getting closer, but first you need to get on the trains. The Hyperia trains are one of the best in the business. Made by Mack Ride, they are so comfortable with the over-the-shoulder lap bars. You feel free and not very much restrained into your seat, which I love. Then the ride starts. Dispatch effect goes off, and then you're on the outer bank turn into the lift hill. I like this element as you can see the queue and go, ha! I'm on Hyperia and you're not. You go flat and then up the 236 foot lift hill. Now Thorpe Park didn't just put a lift hill in there. They added speakers to the lift hill, which plays a different soundtrack, only slightly different, but that builds up the anticipation for Hyperia. On the lift you get great views of the M3, lake, car park, but if you do look back, You can see all over Fort Park, and it's incredible. You press the lift and enter the best element on the ride. Getting stuck on the lift, because that's what it feels like it does half the time. You go down that amazing burst drop. Wait! Hold on, what is that on the ground? Sorry to sidetrack a little, but are you seeing what I'm seeing? Looks like a construction site down there. I get the ride is new, but I wish it looked a little nicer on the ground. The lake also looks dirty as anything. Like, this is what it's supposed to look like. I really do hope the nature does its thing and grow, be green, be lifeless. And Fort Park, clean that lake. But anyway, the first drop isn't like anything I've ever experienced before. You drop down vertically while twisting 180 degrees. So you experience negative G-forces while experiencing lateral and getting to a top speed of 81 miles per hour. It really is incredible. You can turn back around now, you stupid idiot. And in the back row, my mind was... The next element is the element, which is one of the weaker elements on the ride, but it's still really good. Because of the size of the first drop and the size of the element, you fly over that element. You get really good ejector airtime at some speed, then drop down, gaining even more speed. And then at the bottom of that drop is where you get your on-ride photo taken. I've also seen people thinking it's an inversion. I promise you, it's not. But what is an inversion is whatever this thing is. I don't know what to call it, neither does anyone else. You know what? Let's give it a name. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I'm going to call it... What in the Mac Hyper is that? So you enter the What in the Mac Hyper is that, and you get thrown outward, giving you ejector airtime and hang time. But you don't need to hold on, you can just let go and be like, whoa, this is cool. Wait, why are we going backwards? After feeling that crazy hang time, get more hang time as you invert while dropping down, thus gaining more speed. Just the whole element blows me away. How we have that in the world, never mind the UK, is insane. For me, it's the second best element on the ride after the first drop. After that very hang time focused element, you go into another very hang time focused element. The stall / dive loop. On that stall, feel like you're up there for ages. You just sat there like this. We're gonna go down yet? No? Still hanging here? Wait, why are we rolling back? I like to look around and down on that element because it's a really good view. You come crashing down to earth in a very dive loop style and hit the splashdown. This is the one thing I don't like about the ride. I don't like it because you slow down heavily. You jolt forward after gaining so much speed, which is disappointing. Also, for many of my rides, the water effect wasn't working. And because you slow down so much, it means you don't get as much airtime on the wave turn. You still get good airtime on whippiness, but I would have liked to go through that element a little bit faster. You bank round, one more airtime hill, and into the brakes. And every time I hit the brake run, I didn't think it was short because of how good the layout is. Also, when you come back into the station, there is another dispatch effect, even though we're not dispatching. A return effect, that's its new name. You get off the ride, walk a little bit, and see your on-ride photo along with the shop, which are nice, but not the best. Another criticism I need to give is the lack of theming, but personally I don't mind, as the atmosphere definitely makes up for it, but some more theming would have been nice. So those are my thoughts on Hyperia. I love this coaster to bits, the best in the UK by a mile. It hits the mark in almost every way, and for that reason I'm going to give it a 9.7 out of 10. But because of the lack of theming, ride area and splashdown, I can't give it a 10 out of 10. If you want to see me ride Hyperia for the first time, click here. That is it, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.